Good morning, everyone. We are back for another update here from Magic Round, and it was a fun day yesterday. It was absolute mayhem down there on Caxton Street and the surrounding areas. All the pubs along the way were completely packed. So I think we don't have tickets today to the actual game, so we have to hopefully a lot of them clear out by the time the games are on there, and we can actually get into some of these places because it's actually very full on. But incredible to see all of the vintage jumpers, everyone kind of wearing some type of jersey. Shout out to my best mate who's with me that is a Dogs fan and forgot his Dogs jersey, so he was one of the only ones that and myself that weren't wearing any type of jersey. But I've got my cows on today for the beautiful matchup against the South, the marquee matchup at 7:30 this evening. So can't wait for that. But this will be a short and sharp update, guys. Having a lot of fun off to breakfast with the fam. So 24-20 victors, the Raiders over the Dogs. That hurt, given I was a Bulldogs tipster in this one. They just didn't play good enough, and it was simple as that, to be honest. And Hudson Young picked up a couple of tries in this one with a few line breaks off Ethan Strange, which was great. And Ethan Strange is definitely not a sell, even though I did have to a couple of weeks ago. Anywho, 78 for Hudson. Awesome work from him. He's up to a 48 average. Maxi King, this was the big one here, and he ended up getting really big minutes at 62. So most of their rotations were very similar. There was no one that came out and got a big injury or anything like that. So Preston ended up moving back to the bench with Curran starting on the edge position and then moving back to the middle, and that allowed Curran to play a few extra minutes. So maybe that's something there. Preston a little bit lower, but given that edge position was only covered by Curran and Preston rather than last week. And the weeks prior, you had Salmon at the 50-odd minutes into Preston coming on for the 20-odd. And there's that 80 minutes where it was covered by two guys that were already in that rotation, if that makes sense, with Preston and then Curran. So Preston take over Salmon's minutes from last week, and then Curran just getting that couple extra. So, but Max King ended up dominating with the 62 minutes and 65 points there, with a couple of turnover tackles, of course, an offload and a tackle break, but 59 in base there before any of those other missed tackles or turnover tackles and the like. Incredible performance, and now that Salmon is out, is very much someone that I think I will be looking to target over the next few weeks. Now that that price gets moving as well, probably need to get on him next week, and I think that could be a really good option for myself. We'll see what happens, and I'm assuming there will be an injury at some point, but I do need one more mid now. I did end up trading Salmon instead of Pikura in the end. So that's that. Okay, week 64 for him. Just the way this is going, he's just got stats across the board. He picked up that try assist off the drop ball, and yes, that is always a try assist over the last bunch of years. Anything close to the line that leads directly to a try off a bomb or some type of especially a bomb, not a long kick wouldn't be the case, but the bomb where attackers are coming and ends up in their hands will get that try assist. But you see there, obviously lots of tackles, missed a bunch, got a couple errors, big kick meters and everything across the board. He was sweet in this one and needs to be owned by everyone. I think he's about 90% owned by the top 5,000, so that's that. This is a good game for me, fantasy-wise. Obviously, if I had a Max King or something, that would have been great too. But Jacob Kiraz with 2 line breaks, 6 tackle breaks there. Yes, had a couple of errors and hurt them at the start, given that led straight to that try. What about just drops that, just squeezes straight out into Hudson Young's hands? It's very impressive how that happened. But Carrazza 61, he's been incredible over the last bunch of weeks and continues to be a great year-long hold and has a terrific buy schedule. So if you want someone who's dual position that has a cracking buy schedule, then Carrazza's that man. Crichton had a really good game this one, 59 for him in terms of fantasy anyway, 58 for Burton with that try and a try assist. Again, just doing a little bit of everything. When he runs the footy, good things come. Reed Money, and for anyone who grabbed him, my head-to-head team did. He picked up a 54, ended up with a line break as well. 6 missed tackles there, but again, when he's getting stats across the board, he got a force dropout as well. He's always going to score around that 50. Still a buy next week if you want him. Whitehead, 54. So you're looking, guys, it was a pretty good fantasy game overall. More than 10 scores above 50 here, which is great. Elliott, 54. He's having a really cracking season in these couple of games that he's played. So, impressive for Whitehead there. Preston, 58 minutes, 52. Got that try off the kick there. So that was helpful for him. He's back into some of his good work. Don't expect him to play the 80 even though we're all looking at potentially buying him. That 52 kind of stunts his price drops. Don't expect him to get into that 80-minute role because he wasn't doing it at the beginning of the year when he was fit anyway. But still a potential option for us as buyers. Josh Curran, so 56 minutes in this one was much better. Starting on the edge, moving to the middle, getting to do lots of work and just in more minutes. The last few weeks have been 40 odd. So to play a bit of both, only missed one tackle, which was expected this week against the Raiders. That it'd be a few less missed tackles for him than what it was against the Panthers. How good's Mr. Hutch? 51, hey? Back into some good form there for sure. Congrats to him. And got 2 try assists and helped them out in a way. Didn't end up working out for a win though. So close to, I think his best score of the season. Tapani 47 in 51 minutes. Kind of got back into his work. Didn't get any offloads or anything like that. So still a little bit of room to grow. If you did grab him, 47, not the worst in the world. Smitty's 45 in 64 minutes. I think you're happy with that. If he gets anywhere 65 to 70 odd minutes, he'll score mostly around this point. So he's an easy hold at this point of the season. Ethan Strange with his 45. He had a couple of good try assists there. Still missed a bunch of tackles. A couple of turnover tackles on his front as well, which helped out. And 45 is great. There'll be no price losses for a while now. And he'll be good to go. Keep holding on to him. Geordie Raps, 39. A good return game from him. Unfortunately, Weeks' score could have been a lot higher, but he ended up taking the goal kicking straight back in his first game on return. Not an option to buy. Matt Timoko, 628 with the 38 in this week. Solid. Not something I think we need to look at. Sam Hughes, 38 in 37 minutes. Very happy as a player of him. I had to play him in my starting mid this week, so that was cool. Happy with that. Good score. Keep hold of him. Keep doing your good work, Sammy. And he's not injured. He's doing good things. One day he'll get 45, 50 minutes and he'll be a stud. Seb Chris, 35 with the try. Happy to hold, I think, at this point. Tracy, Gula, Mann, Starling, Hayward, Kotrick, Mooney. That is all. Daddy Levi, 14 in 50 minutes. Gross. 6 missed tackles. A penalty. That's all. That's enough. That's enough out of you, Levi. Don't think many have him, but... And shout out to the guys I met last night. Jacob being one of them. Ethan being another one. Jacob. There you go. That was fun. Eagles and Broncos. We saw all the Talking League boys and Marky Jessup as well. That was cool. Eagles losing to Broncos. I did tip the Broncos. That was helpful. What is it with Broncos and their edge defense? Not good enough. You just got destroyed by a couple of guys. We had DCE on his side with the 3rd highest Manly score. Olukuatu with the 2nd highest Manly score on that right-hand side. And then Garrick with 77. That burns me in my team, unfortunately. But well done for owners of him. A nice bounce back after his 26. He's way too high owned for this type of score for me to have a really, really good week. But congrats to you guys. It ended up being awesome. 212 metres, couple of line breaks to try in there. 8 tackle breaks, good tackle numbers. He was awesome. And congrats to owners, as I said. Olukuatu, 68 in this one. A good return game. I don't think many would have bought him, but if you did, happy days. Selwyn Cobbo, once he was moving to fullback, you had to hold. He got good run meters in this one. He had 10 kick defusals as well to go along with his 11 tackle breaks. So very, very impressive on that front. Similar to that with Carrigan, he did go down, unfortunately, in the updates. 59 for him in the 80 minutes. In the end, 262 metres. Wow. 59, happy with that. Sort of stunts the losses, like with the 59, it's not too bad, so that's good. DCE with 52, solid again, just hold on. Madden, 52, a really good score as well with that field goal, so he'll be chuffed with that, that's for sure. Jensen, 48, really solid. Ricky, the same, 46. Karapani, 46 for him. 1 try saver, but did great things across the board, and he had a decent amount of wraps on him, and he did awesome. Very, 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 very good in that centre position there. Payne Haas with 45. He actually went down injured, looked really bad. He got carried off, a couple of people helping him, and then he came back on in the last 10 minutes. So saved his score a little bit for anyone. I think there's 1% or something that captained him in the top 1,000. So there you go. That's that. Colo with 40. He got downdated as well. I think it was about 49 and then dropped down to 40. So still really solid, guys. If you can get 250 metres, the other stats are going to come. And that was the case in this one. And good stuff to anyone who bought him. It is his lowest score in the fullback position so far, but it was expected against tougher opposition for sure. Corey Waddell, what about his PPM there? He was flying. He was like 25 in 18 minutes at one point. So he was good in the end. If he held on, ended up okay. You're not going to get too big of a price loss. Similar to that with Piakura. Made a few more tackles this week at least, but 5 missed tackles, an error, and inside 10. 48 metres run for someone that is meant to be so damaging when he runs the footy, and that's his best asset. He got the ball once early on, and that led to a try. And then, hardly got the ball after that, but played 75 minutes with Jack Goz coming on a little bit earlier when Payne Haas went down. So, but at that stage, Piakura had already played way more minutes. I think it was in the 60s than what he had in previous times. Tommy Talau, 35, really solid for any owners. Burbo, 33, solid as well. Like, can't expect too much more, I don't think, out of him. Xavier Wilson, 32 and 26, so a really good little quick short burst there for him. That worked out okay for owners. You're not losing any money on that front. And that is all on the fantasy side, I think. So we'll put it out to the 2 games here for Supercoach. Ethan Strange with a 73 on the bench. How good's that? Not. Smithy's 48. Played him here. This is in the head-to-head squad. You had Husey with 36 off the bench. No problems there. Weeks, if you grabbed him, a 71 in the 5/8 position, worked out. Who else would you have grabbed in the Raiders? No one else. Hudson Young with 100. Yeah, and on the dog side, really, Kiraz was the big one at 90, and then Matt Burton with 79. They were the two big ones there, with Reed Marnie 68. If you got a Max King as well, 66. All really interesting players to look at, as I said. In similar to the fantasy, Reed Marnie's a very interesting one to look at as potential buy, for sure. And Bronson Sherry with the 32, a little bit frustrating. And then Kick Out with a 33 too, so yeah, not ideal there, but that's that game. And then the final one was obviously Ruben Garrick season, 98. Really good one, obviously, with a try, a couple of line breaks. Ola Kawatu's 86. Kola, if you grabbed him, 68. All pre-updates, guys, really, really cool. DCE 37, so that, half position is so rough right now. And then Luke Brooks with a 16. That's pretty gross there in this effort. We need a lot better from that. Cobo, 75. Yeah, great until Origin comes along. Piakura got 59 still in this one, so it worked out with the try. Payne Haas is 58. Yeah, Willison, 47. Solid for me in my overall team as an owner. But yeah, that's that. We'll leave it at that, guys, for this one. Off to breakfast. I hope you have a cracking Saturday of Magic Round. Enjoy the 3 games, and up the Cowboys.